Hey guys, so some text messages just came out in full of a conversation that a YouTuber had with Summer Wells' grandma. So you may see Summer's grandma being mentioned as Grandus online, and that is because her name is Candace, her daughter, Summer's mom's name is Candace, and her granddaughter's name is Candace too. Basically, it's just an easier, more simple way to explain which Candace you're referring to. So Grandus was actually one of the last people to see Summer Wells on the day that she went missing. She spent the day with Summer and her mom because they had to take her to the hospital for a knee injury. Well, a lot of people have thought that Grandma is suspicious because right after Summer went missing, Grandma left town. She didn't stay and be, a support system for her daughter, who was obviously going through quite a lot. Another weird and suspicious thing to note is that Grandus actually had a daughter go missing as well, and she's never been found. Her name is Rosemarie Bly. Grandus is actually the only person that I know of who was around when both people went missing, because Dawn and Candace had already left Wisconsin at that point. A YouTuber that goes by the name of Crime Stories Obsessed actually had a conversation through text message with Grandus, and she has published that conversation. So first we're going to look through that, and then I want to show you guys a couple other things. Okay, so we're not going to go through every message. I want you guys to go check out the video, but we're just going to go through a few that caught my eye. So I try to upload these in order, but if they are not, I do apologize. The reason this message really stood out to me is because Grandma says she's beginning to think that Don is involved and that his actions are going to put him where he belongs. And I feel this must have taken a lot to say to a complete stranger. I'm really curious what was happening behind the scenes, if you will. So here we have the YouTuber who is expressing concern for Candace and her safety. And Grandma says, "I just know my daughter is not involved in the disappearance." Okay, this one's juicy. So the YouTuber says that she just hopes he does something to trip himself up soon. And Grandma says, "I do too." Then the YouTuber, says that no one believes him and he's basically making a fool of himself. And Grandma says, "No, you're right. Dawn, what did you do to make Grandma so angry?" Here, Grandma says that she doesn't understand how Dawn has so many women on his Facebook and that dogs are better looking, which I have to admit, y'all, I laughed out loud at this one. Okay, so here the YouTuber is telling Grandma that she was watching Dawn on YouTube and, she doesn't believe anything he's saying, and also that she saw the claims that his sister made about him. Grandus seems to think the sister should press charges on him, which, you guys, I do believe she did, and I'm not sure what's come of that. I don't think anything. Here, Grandma says she didn't hear any screams because, we've heard that a neighbor heard a scream the day that Summer went missing. Here, Grandus agrees that Don is incriminating himself. Here, Grandus is talking about Don drinking whiskey, and the YouTuber says that she noticed his eyes, seem like he's been doing drugs. And Grandma says, "Well, you just answered your own question." Then Grandus tells the YouTuber that Don uses cocaine, and she says she got her daughter off of meth a long time ago. Grandus claims Don won't talk to her because she won't do YouTube. Grandus says that she told police everything, but she's not putting everything on the internet. And then she mentions, having flashbacks from when her own daughter went missing. The YouTuber says, "I'm going to apologize for what I'm going to say, but I honestly think he's responsible for Summer's disappearance. I really think he is. There's too much show, too much of everything. Stories change." And Grandma says great minds think alike. Grandus, like half of the internet, says that she doesn't believe half of the stuff Dawn says. Here, Grandus shares a photo of Summer with the YouTuber, and it looks like she's actually in the camper, so I bet she was at Grandma's house here. Here, the YouTuber is asking Grandus about the day that Summer went missing. And you guys can pause this to read for herself, but she basically tells the same story that we've heard Candace tell about, the cactuses and the candy. She says, when Candace went back inside, she asked the boys where Summer was. They said she went downstairs to play. Candace yelled to the basement for her, and she didn't answer. So she went downstairs looking for her, and she came back up in a hysterical cry. She can't find Summer, so we all went looking. She called 911 because we couldn't find our Summer. She also called Donnie and let him know, and he called 911. Candace called cops first. The YouTuber says she thinks Dawn did it, and Grandus says, I think that is what happened, but I don't know for sure, so what can I do without Candace knowing? The YouTuber says, tell her to grill him until he snaps, and Grandus says she tried that and it backfired on her. I'm really curious what she means there. And what, so Candace was suspicious of Dawn too? The YouTuber asked if everything was normal the night before Summer went missing, and Grandus says that Dawn was mad because Candace had a drink, but then that Candace put him in his place. Here, they're talking about Dawn's 17-year-old girlfriend or whatever, and the YouTuber says that Candace needs to leave him, and Grandus says, I wish she would. This part is very interesting as far as timeline goes. So the YouTuber says, what time did you get home after shopping? And Grandma says, about an hour and a half after that video. And the YouTuber says, so you were there when they took that video of Summer in the car? And she says, yeah, I was there. And Grandma says she was tired and fell asleep. The YouTuber asks if Candace sleeps upstairs or downstairs, and Grandma says she sleeps downstairs. I'm only pointing that out because I know some of you guys have heard some of the rumors as far as, where Summer was sleeping, where Mom was sleeping, and where Dad was sleeping. So this is just priceless. Grandma tells her that she's watching a girl from England on YouTube, and she actually says her name is Crime Stories. Crime Stories, the person she's texting, but Grandma didn't know that, that's who she was talking to. I am glad, though, that she did put the full conversation out because it is really interesting to see what Grandma is thinking and what she's saying because she was there right before Summer went missing. So I actually reached out to Grandus and, I told her I was a YouTuber and I asked her if there was anything that she wanted to address or, whatever. And her response was really interesting to me. She said, sorry, not at this time. Love my grandkids with all my heart. Do you think she was being genuine there? The really interesting thing is, after I responded, she sent a message and then she unsent it before I had a chance to read it. And then she either blocked me or shut down her messenger because I don't have even the option to respond anymore. So a friend of mine from the new YouTube channel, Psych Sound Off, is a local in the area, and she went to one of the prayer vigils for Summer. She actually said nobody was praying at the vigil, and her mom offered, and they didn't really want her to. But she came on my channel and she brought a video she took at Warrior State Park and she kind of discussed her experience meeting everyone. And she said that when she was in the presence of Grandma, that it was like being in the presence of someone who was pure evil, like nothing she had ever felt before. I don't know what to think about Grandus. I'm really curious, though. Do you guys think she's a loving mother and grandmother, or do you think there's something darker going on here? Just hearing how her energy felt is really creepy to me, but I don't know. I think she totally could be just a loving grandmother, but it is weird that she was, around when both Summer and Rose went missing. The only thing I know for certain is I'm not going to stop talking about this baby until she is found and justice is served.